welcome to TWF Monday Night Raw, or Monday Night Raw. I, Michael Cole, with Renee Young and with Corey Graves. And today on Monday Night Raw, or Monday Night Raw, we're going to talk about yesterday, what happened. Yesterday we saw Harry Potter and Xia Li have a match for the TWF, 24/7 winnings. And at the end of the day, Xia Li still kept the TWF 24/7 winnings. Well, you got that right, Renee Young says. At the end of the day, we did see Harry Potter and Xia Li fight for the TWF Allegheny share 24/7 winnings. My mistake. And we saw Xia Li keep the TWF 24/7 winnings. Yes, the strap. Corey Graves says that, and folks hated when WWE had it, because they thought they were going to get the hard middle winnings, but instead they got the 24/7 winnings. But at the end of the day, I believe that Harry Potter, shouldn't keep on going after Xia Li. He's going to keep on losing. And I just think that's madness in my book. Well, you could be true about that. You could be true about that. A lot of folks might see that, as madness. A lot of folks will see that as madness, and think that he was doing something over and over again, and it doesn't work out. But I do think that sooner or later Harry Potter will win the TWF 24/7 winnings. We just don't know when that's going to be, though. Well, you could be right. You could be right about that. Be right, right about that. Corey Graves says. But at the end of the day, LA Knight isn't doing any good with Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And we'll see how he's going to deal with that. Well, first off, I know that In Your Bedroom's coming up next. And I know that I hope to be on that show. I hope to be in Your Bedroom. Which, hell, it was what In Your House was for WWE at one time. And someone that I hope I don't have to deal with anymore. Someone that I hope that I'm done dealing with. And that would be Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Which seems to think that he is like, I don't know, AEW's offshoot of The Miz, I guess. That's what he thinks he is. Or something like that. He thinks he's a big shot because, he's a 2-time AEW heavyweight fighter. He has Paulie Dangerously, as his overseer. Which at the end of the day, is kind of bad. Which is kind of bad. And I hope I don't have to deal with him again. But if I do have to deal with Maxwell Jacob Friedman and Paulie Dangerously, I'll drop him on his head. And then everyone will know, whose game it is. It's LA Knight's game. Yeah. Ladies and lords, my name is Paulie Dangerously. Yeah, I know who your name is. And everyone knows who your name is by now. Alright? So what's this all about? Well, I'm here to tell you, LA Knight, that you have no luck of beating Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And with my help, Maxwell Jacob Friedman will become the three-time TWF heavyweight fighter. Because even though Cody Rhodes won the Kingly Thunder and TWF, doesn't mean he'll be facing Drew McIntyre by the time that Wrestle Madness comes along, or Wrestle Dream, or whatever show we end up having at that time. Well, you gotta believe that Maxwell Jacob Friedman, is gonna beat me. What are you gonna do, Paulie Dangerously? You gonna have him come up from behind, strike me from behind? Well, it looks like that's what happened. Well, there you go. For you want to strike me from behind, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Yeah, come up with a new strike goal then. Well, it looks like Michael Cole says it looks like that MJF and Paulie Dangerously might have to go back to the drawing board again, and they might have to come up with a new game goal because that one didn't work. Now we got Theodore Long in the ring, the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering. First off, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, you and LA Knight will have a match. Alright? We need to get this thing settled between the two of you, and it's happening right now. Get in the ring! Now they got the fight keeper in the ring now, Michael Cole says. And Maxwell Jacob Friedman already didn't lost the upper hand due to that sneak attack from behind. Well, how do you know the sneak attack? How do you know that was a sneak attack, Corey Graves says. You don't know what the goal was. Well, the goal, Renee Young says, to my understanding, was to have Maxwell Jacob Friedman, or MJF as he likes to call himself, come after LA Knight from behind, and it didn't work. And right now, Maxwell Jacob Friedman is now being pulled into this match right now by LA Knight. Corey Graves saying it's kind of sad. Well, Michael Cole says, we'll see how sad that's going to be or not. Maxwell Jacob Friedman just came down, and now he's got the upper hand out that drop kick. Alright, Renee Young says, Maxwell Jacob Friedman truly sees himself as the AEW's answer to The Miz. And yes, he is a two-time AEW heavyweight fighter. How it came about? AEW's shifting their heavyweight winnings like hot potato now. And here it comes. So Jacob Friedman just took down LA Knight. Michael said, I like this, Corey Graves says. Look, MJF can do it too, We're going to talk about everybody's name, knows the name of the game. It's MJF. Yeah. And yeah, oh! Well, that's what you get, Michael Cole said. Maxwell Jacob Friedman got knocked down by LA Knight when he was making fun of him, Michael Cole says. Yeah, Renee Young said you should spend more time fighting the one you're in the ring with instead of shaming them. Oh, this is not fair, Corey Graves says. He is not fair. Maxwell Jacob Friedman hit him with his striking before the match happened. You mean, Corey Graves said, you mean that sneak attack, Michael Cole said, that happened before the match, right? 1, 2, 3. Ding, 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 ding. Here is your winner, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I mean LA Knight, my mistake. And Maxwell Jacob Friedman and Paulie Dangerously have not done so well with their war with LA Knight. And yes, it's true, In Your Bedroom is coming up. And we will soon want to hear from Cody Rhodes who he thinks he's gonna if he's ready to fight Drew McIntyre for the TWF heavyweight winnings. Michael said, yeah. And we wonder if Paulie Dangerously is going to make good on making Maxwell Jacob Friedman a three-time TWF heavyweight fighter. Renee Young said, well, it's going to happen sooner or later, Corey Graves says. And I say sooner or later it's going to happen. Take it away, Gene Okerlund. Well, thank you, Michael Cole and Tony. Thank you, Michael Cole, Renee Young. I'm going to be talking with Maxwell Jacob Friedman here today on Monday Night Raw, or Moon Night Raw. Alright, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Alright, LA Knight. Used to have a war going with Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Yeah, well, it's like this, Gene Okerlund. I do have that war going with Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And at the end of the day, I dropped him like a bad way. MJF likes to talk about how, he's a two-time AEW heavyweight fighter. Great for him. He's a two-time TWF heavyweight fighter. Great for him. But he ain't going to win it for the free with time, I can tell you that. I'm going to get my hands on him. Then I hope I don't have to deal with MJF anymore. Well, it's true that MJF believes that he will become the three-time TWF heavyweight fighter. Well, he can believe all he wants. And he can have Paulie Dangerously have his, believe whatever he wants to. But at the end of the day, I just showed Maxwell Jacob Friedman and Paulie Dangerously whose game it is. LA Knight, yeah. So, do you see yourself becoming the TWF heavyweight fighter one day? A strap that goes back to between 93 YL? Yes, I do see myself winning the TWF heavyweight winnings that goes back to between 100 and 93 YL. I do see that. And that will happen sooner or later. Alright, that's my talk with that's my talk with LA Knight. Back to you, Michael Cole, Renee Young. Well, thank you, Gene Okerlund, for talking with LA Knight here today on Monday Night Raw, or Moon Night Raw, and that's all the time we got here. I, Michael Cole, with Renee Young and Corey Graves. We hope you like Monday Night Raw, or Moon Night Raw, and we'll see you tomorrow for NXT.